And The Trees Crept In is the new young adult horror novel from Don Kurtagich, author of The Dead House, which was released last year. The Dead House was one of my favorite books of last year. In fact, it is one of my favorite books ever. It's definitely on my top 10. So I was very, very excited to read And the Trees Crept In / The Creeper Man, because it also goes by that title in the UK. The story starts off with 3 young girls who are sisters, and they are in the woods that border their house, and they are creating this doll. And it has long arms and no face, just a grin across his face. And they make this doll out of cloth and twigs and things like that. And they are making him to be a protector of their home. However, what they have done has called on something very dark, and it is not a protector at all. Fast forward many, many years later, and one of those sisters is now living in the house alone. That sister's name is Kath, and she has 2 nieces. But one day, those 2 nieces decide to show up on Kath's doorstep. They have run away from their abusive father and are seeking shelter in Kath's home. The 2 girls, especially Seela, the older sister of the 2, start noticing that things are not right with this house and the woods that border it. The trees seem to be creeping closer, and Kath keeps telling them to stay out of those woods because there is an evil presence in them called the Creeper Man. Things just escalate from there and get extremely creepy and very weird. However, it all ties together in the end, and you realize just what was going on in this house. So that's basically the plot. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil anything. Don's writing is very, very fresh and original. In The Dead House, the whole story was told through journal entries, newspaper clippings, audio clips, things like that. And The Trees Crept In is fairly similar. It is told through first person, but there are also journal entries thrown in from Seela and the other characters in the book. And there are also a ton of poems that start off each chapter, which I think was my favorite part about this book. 4 corners around my bed, 4 demons round my head, 1 to watch and 1 to pray, 2 to eat my soul away. And another one, all of these just really give me the creeps. Careful, my dear, when you enter his lair, you may not hear if he follows you there. There are so many really good ones that I read that really just sent chills up my spine. And I think those poems were actually even scarier than the book itself. I honestly was not scared by this book. The Dead House really scared me. While I was creeped out by this book at many points, there was nothing that really scared me. But some of those poems just really created a sense of unease throughout the entire story. So that's definitely best part of the book for me. I just loved the poems. They were so creepy. Seela, who is the main character of this book, is not quite right in the head. So don't expect to go into it finding a very likable character, because that's just not this kind of story. Everybody is kind of losing it, and everybody is quite angry, and there's a lot of themes of depression and anxiety. In the end, though, this story is very much about hope and getting through that kind of state of mind. The story is also about 2 sisters who love each other very much and would do anything to save each other. And The Trees Crept In / The Creeper Man by Don Kurtagich is now out in the US and in the UK. You can order a copy, and I definitely recommend it. So that is all for my review. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry about the lights in the background. I still have to get another string to make it even, so for those of you who have OCD, I'm sorry. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.